Hey guys, it's me, Gunrunner 7271. This is silly, but my mom just watched my first YouTube video, and she didn't completely think I was off my rocker. So she said I was doing okay and that I wasn't crazy, and I think that's pretty much the ultimate sounding board when your mom tells you, no son, you're not crazy. The things that you're doing make total sense. If we all did those things, it would be the norm. The problem is, most of us don't do those things. She encouraged me to keep up the stuff. And my mom's not crazy about the guns. I tell you, my mom's not crazy about my gun business, but she realizes it's something I do and I do very well. So she's okay. It's not. I asked her, did I come off as a food hoarder or a hoarder? And she said, oh no. And she says, but she asked me, why do you have so much stuff? And I told her, Mom, I'm preparing for you and Dad and RN Prepper's mom and dad and her brother and my sister, and then we get to our aunts and uncles, and I said, I'm preparing because you guys aren't. And I don't want to have to turn you away at my door saying I don't have anything for you. That's not a position I want to be in. It made total sense to her at that point that I've had the presence of mind to look out not only for myself, but her, my father, my significant other's father and mother, and her brother, and his significant other, and their 4 kids, as well as my aunts, my uncles. And I said, there are circles. The small circle starts with the 4 of us, a little larger circle with the mother and father, and a little larger circle with the siblings of my mother and father and her mother and father. And then it goes on out to aunts and uncles, and then it goes out to my extended family and friends. None of them really do a lot of prepping. Some of them are skilled hunters, but none of them really do a lot of prepping. And I hear a lot about people leaving the cities. I chose to move to the country for one significant reason, and that reason is so that I wouldn't be trapped in a city, so that I wouldn't have to worry about running to the grocery store in a crisis and fighting my way there and fighting my way back home. So, people just, they don't get it. I'm afraid they don't get it until it's too late. Until we're all losing our humanity at a local Chinese consulate, aka Walmart. Why should we lose our humanity at a Kroger's? Fighting over 2 loaves of bread and a half gallon of milk. and we're living in okay times right now. It's a matter of perspective, okay times. But what happens when the times aren't so good? Do you think that we're going to lose a little humanity? You bet you. It's going to be ugly. There's not going to be anything pretty about fighting at a local Kroger's or Walmart's or Aldi's or whoever, whatever grocery store, Winn-Dixie, Piggly Wiggly, you name it. Okay? When I talk about losing humanity, when civil order starts to break down, folks who lived through what happened in New Orleans can tell you when you lose your humanity, you become subhuman. Those things that we take for every day for granted all of a sudden become very obscure. Those who are prepped and ready and can handle influx of people that are going to come to your door, whether they be strangers, total strangers, or just family and friends. You know, that's a time when you can build or rebuild your own little community. My significant other, her old man has a big old travel home, you know, home on wheels, if you will. And, you know, it's not the newest thing in the world, but it's functional, completely functional. And what everybody else sees is, you know, an older unit. I see a working refrigerator, a working propane stove, a working second bed or second beds, second, third, and fourth beds. You know, that's invaluable in a crisis. We got the old cots. You know, I got a couple extra cots, but that'd get old after a couple of nights. I'm gonna tell you that now. So, at some point, I would like to know what everyone else is doing to prepare for those people who are going to be knocking on their door. Now, let's just go under the assumption that they're friends, family, and extended family members. Let's not go on the assumption that they're total strangers to you. Okay? How we treat a total stranger would be totally different than how we would treat our brother, sister, aunt, uncle, mother, father. How do you turn those people away? How do you tell them, I don't have any food for you, Mom? Dad, what are you doing here? We don't have any vacancies. You know, that to me is when I start to lose my humanity. Just want to know what everybody's thoughts are on this. You know, I'm happy that my mom is accepting of my lifestyle. She too grew up in very rural West Virginia, and my dad grew up in very rural West Virginia, and my dad's been into many foreign countries serving his country, and he knows exactly what hard times are. So my mom is no stranger to country life. It's kind of curious to see how she's going to take my newfound lifestyle when she actually comes to visit. We'll give you an update on this as it goes, okay? All right, thanks guys for listening, all right?